Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me now? Yes? Okay. There's something going on with the desktop version of YouTube, so I'm live on my phone. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome. Hey, Mrs. Kiki. Aisha, I saw you. Good morning to my moderators. Good morning, Clarissa, one of my members. Good morning. Good morning, Deborah. Oh, y'all are coming in. Oh, let me go in here and fix this. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How y'all doing? Happy Friday. It looks like it's frozen. Y'all stop talking, so it looks like it's frozen. It looks like it's frozen. Okay. Not frozen? Okay. Okay. All right. So I guess we are okay. Maybe that was on my end. I got a new, my old card expired, so I got a new card, and now I got to switch all of the So what's been going on? Let's check in with each other. How is everybody doing? I know I am feeling very overwhelmed. Very overwhelmed. Feeling sad, feeling exhausted. Same. Somebody's like, why? Are you not paying attention to what's happening in this country? I mean, for those of us who are feeling overwhelmed, exhausted, tired, afraid, angry, overstimulated, for all of us, I would think that's normal. I'm not a therapist or anything, but there's more of us feeling this way than not. And I would say if you're not feeling this way, then to me, you're telling me you don't care about what's happening in this country. White fatigue? What's white fatigue? Somebody says white fatigue. What's white fatigue? Educate me on what white fatigue is. Sharon said, I want to know too. Yeah, what's white fatigue? Lynn says she's in Canada and she's feeling overwhelmed. Okay, so whoever said white fatigue, I haven't seen a response as to what the explanation, what white fatigue is, but I know exactly what black fatigue is. CMO free, how are you in my comment section asking everybody else if they have contact information for me? Why do you want contact information? And why are you asking everybody else and not me? That's weird to me. Hey, Cool Breeze, another one of my members. You didn't want to interrupt me? Why do you want contact information from me? I don't make it very easy for people to be able to get to me. So why do you want contact information from me? You do understand I have a lot of racists following me. A lot of racists would love for me to slip up and give you contact information from me. So, yeah. Mm. Oh, you are a Black Army vet? Okay, so that doesn't really tell me why you need contact information from me. I make it very easy for people to be able to communicate with me out on social media. You can say whatever you want to say down in the comment section as long as you're not belittling, denigrating, or disrespecting me as your host or my community, the Black community. DMs is a no. DMs is a no. I don't share my email address. I used to share my P.O. box. I don't do that anymore because racists will take every opportunity to reach out to you however way you can, and they can. So I don't make that publicly known very much anymore. No need to apologize. I think I need to make it known why it's not easy to get to me. That's why it's not easy to get to me. Because racists and scammers. Racist and scammers. I appreciate you for still being a supporter, but that's why I don't make it easy for people to get through to me. But in the comment section, you can say what you want to say as long as, yeah, I have those stipulations. I don't, if I see you down in the comment section belittling me or disrespecting me or denigrating me, because I believe you can disagree with what I'm saying, you can disagree with what I stand for without belittling, denigrating, or being disrespectful. But racists don't know how to, they don't know how to use their words without being racist. So when I see it, yeah, I block people, but you could disagree with me. And all you want down in the comment section. Thank you, Amy. I appreciate you for loving my channel. Now, will it automatically run it again? Let me hit refresh. Maybe it will. I updated it. Hey, Tron, thank you for being a member. Since our vegan Tabitha is untapped. Oh, cousin Tab. I got it. I got you. Yeah, Joyce, but I get so many comments. Thank you, Legally Blonde, for the super chat. I get so many comments. I don't see them all. But racists get comfortable, so they continue with their racism down in my comment section, and eventually I would see it, and I will block them. Hey, BJ Harris. CMO says, I don't think DJT is posting on that truth account. It's Russ. Oh, I don't, I don't know how, I mean, I don't know if I don't focus so much on whether it's really him that's sitting and typing out the posts and, attaching the little video. I don't focus so much on that, because whoever it's doing it's a representation of Donald Trump, and it's a representation of the Republican Party. And that's just on period to me. So I'm not really trying to dissect if it's him that's actually posting. I know a lot of people get down in the whenever I'm specifically talking about a post that he made, I get a lot of people down in the comment section saying, that's not him writing that out. I don't care. I don't care if it's actually Donald Trump or if it's one of his staffers. I don't care. It's a representation of Donald Trump. It's made for us to think that it's Donald Trump. And it's a representation of the Republican Party. Donald Trump is the Republican Party's representation. So, yeah, whether it's actually him or not, I don't care. When he posts it, I see Donald Trump and I see the Republican Party. That's it. Y'all get what I'm saying? Y'all hear me? That's it. Thank y'all for the super chats. And thank y'all. I got a box. Well, listen, I got stuff from, you guys sent me stuff, packages and birthday cards for my birthday. And for whatever reason, I'm getting packages that y'all sent back in August. The stuff is just now coming through. I went to my mailbox. I've gone to my mailbox 3 times since my birthday. And even the mail lady was like, I thought you picked up your stuff. Well, I'm at the mailbox yesterday, and they say I got packages. And so here the lady come with all of these packages. I don't know why there's this lagging. We're in October and I'm still getting stuff. So yeah, I've gotten everything. Thank you all for the birthday wishes. For those of y'all that stick the little $20 in the birthday card, I love y'all, because it reminds me of my aunt who passed away a year or so ago, my grandmother. They just always would stick that little $20 in the birthday card, and I get nostalgia when y'all do that. I get all bubbly and giggly, because that's what it reminds me of. My grandmother and my aunt. So, but yeah, I got some. Miss Jackie Berry sent me something in this big old box. It came busted. So hopefully everything that you sent is in here. I haven't opened anything as of yet because I've been doing videos and I've been sort of super busy with work. Silky Smooth, thank you for the super chat. But y'all always are like, if y'all are not hitting up the Venmo or the Cash App, y'all are sending me packages. And I don't know how y'all are still getting the P.O. box. Y'all must have wrote it down somewhere and saved it, because, yeah, I wasn't expecting to have anything in the P.O. box. Yeah. Because like I said, I stopped making a lot of that stuff public because, yeah, the racists will send me money on the Cash App, y'all. The racists will send me $1 just so that they can call me the N-word. That's how desperate they are to spew their racism. And all I'm going to do is return the dollar and block them. Hmm. That's how desperate they are. That's how deranged they are. Hmm. They will send you money on the Cash App just to belittle you. I've had men, I had a man send me money on the Cash App just so he can tell me that I have, what was it? Something face. Starts with an O. You know, people who are losing weight on the medication. Starts with the O, that medication. Yeah. Black man too. Black man. Ozempic. Yeah, I have Ozempic face. He sent me $1 to tell me I have Ozempic face. Yeah. I started the book. 107 Days. It is such a good book. It is such a good book. It is such a good book. She invokes emotion in me when she talks about her nieces. I, tears in my eyes when she talks about her husband. Tears in my eyes. Even I'm at the part where, you know, she's talking about, what day is it? I forget the day. I think we're in the 80s. But she's specifically talking, she's just gone through the choosing her VP, right? And she's telling a story about how she's made her choice is Tim Walz. And so she has picked up the phone and she's trying to call Tim Walz, but she can't get to Tim Walz because the call goes to voicemail. Why is her calls going to voicemail? Because, you know, she's using a government phone. So it comes up on the caller ID as unknown caller. And so on his end, he's blocked unknown caller, right? Because he doesn't want to miss Kamala Harris's call. But Kamala Harris's call is classified as unknown caller. So her calls keeps going to voicemail. And so one of the staffers had to send him a text. Answer the phone, bruh. I got so tickled. And her telling the story because of how this operation was to get her to interview these people that she was going to choose between for her vice president. It was Mark Kelly, Shapiro, I forget his first name. What's his first name over in Pennsylvania? Shapiro and Tim Walz. And she's very candid, but she has this compassion and empathy. Josh Shapiro, thank y'all. This compassion and empathy in her voice as she's telling her story. And that just really, you can really feel it, right? You can really feel it. And so she's talking about the qualities between Josh and Tim Walz and Mark Kelly, and Pete Buttigieg was also a candidate, but she couldn't choose. She wanted Pete Buttigieg. Hell, I wanted Pete Buttigieg, but she couldn't. The fact of the matter is she could not pick Pete Buttigieg because he is a gay man, and she knew it would be flat out unaccepted by Americans in this country. Americans in this country was not going to be able to look at Pete Buttigieg and his education and his experience and his knowledge and all that he would bring to that position. They couldn't just look at that. They were going to look at him as a gay man first and count the ticket out. When she told that story, I felt so sad for her. Number one, she is a black woman. She is a black woman. That's already, she understood that's already counting against her. She understood that. And then to choose a gay man as her running mate, she knew that was going to count out her ticket. Thank you, Angie B. I'm glad you enjoyed my channel. And so hearing her tell that story, and then hearing her talk about how Tim Walz, because she had a lot of stipulations. It would be working, it's not going to be easy to work for Kamala Harris. Let me just say that. Kamala Harris is up here, and she's going to expect you to be up here too, right? She's going to expect you to be 10 steps ahead of her if you're working for her, right? And I don't fault her for that, right? But she also had things that she wanted from her vice president that were on a human level, right? How do you treat the people who work for you? Yeah, she's expecting this, this, and this, but she recognizes that these people are human. She recognizes that these people will make mistakes. She recognizes that these people have children that they have to take care of. They need to make sure that their personal well-being, physically and mentally, are at the forefront. She recognized all of this. Are you kind and compassionate to not only the people at the top, but also are you kind and compassionate for the people who come to pick up your trash, who are delivering you your mail, who are cooking your food? Kamala Harris is a well-rounded, smart woman. And I'm only up to that part. You really do get to get an inside look as to who she is, not just as a politician, right? Not just her whole political career, her educational career, not all that she knows. You get to view her. You get a peek into who she is as a woman, as a human. It's if you have not gotten the book, you should get the book. And to all of the people who won, all of my members who won the giveaway, I have not shipped the books out because I'm waiting for one more person to respond. Listen, I don't want to have to go back and forth to the post office. I'm waiting for one more person to respond, and I will give that person to the end of today. Yes, her book is worth the purchase, but I was so tickled as she's telling this story about calling Tim Walz, and Tim Walz is this, because y'all know, y'all remember Tim Walz. He was quirky, he was funny, he stood 10 toes down for Kamala Harris. He protected Kamala Harris. He didn't try to overshadow her in any way. If it wasn't going to be Pete Buttigieg, he was the perfect choice, in my opinion. He was the perfect choice. So yeah. Yes, the book is excellent. If you have Audible credits, it's on Audible. If you have a library card, you can get it. You can get it through your library. I love Tim Walz and his wife and his kids. I follow his daughter over on TikTok, and every now and then they come in and do TikTok. When you think about the all-American white family, they are it, in my opinion. To me, they would be the all-American white family, the perfect all-American white family. Because they are quirky, they are funny, they aren't racist, they are down to earth, they are loving, they are compassionate. That's what I view the all-American family. Not what Christian nationalists view as the all-American white family. Yes. Oh, loves wood. Thank you. Yeah, if I get some information that I feel everybody can benefit from, I'm going to share it. And in that moment, we all could benefit from that information because I haven't started up a subscription to Hulu or Disney. And there is a show that on, is it Disney or I could watch it on either or. I was watching it on Hulu just as I canceled my subscription. And that was the one thing I was thinking about. Damn, I'm not going to be able to watch these old reruns. You know what? I've been going through and purchasing some of my favorite shows on DVD. So I need to, let me write myself a note. I need to see if that series is available on DVD. It's the, what's it called? I keep it on my, I kept it on my, my watch list. What's the name of that? There it is. Lost Treasures. Lost Treasures. Because I like all of those, they have a few of those documentaries over on Netflix when the archaeologists over in Egypt are going through and they're doing excavations and they're finding like lost tombs and mummies and jewelry and art. I love those kind of documentaries. And I think it was Disney who put out this Lost Treasures series where they follow all of these Egyptian archaeologists. And I love that kind of stuff. Yeah, your girl can be a little nerdy. Lost Treasures of Egypt, I believe it was called. They have a few of the old Lost Treasures of Egypt. They have a few of the episodes over on YouTube, but baby, I be wanting the whole series because they don't put the whole series, because then if they do that, then you won't go over and subscribe to the service, right? So they'll put one here or one there. I need all of them. Listen, I don't know, I am really drawn to Egypt and the history of Egypt. I'm really drawn to that. Egyptologists, I believe, is what they are called. If I wasn't afraid to fly, I would have long been over in Egypt, taking tours over there at the pyramids and visiting the museum over there. So every time the King Tut, the traveling King Tut Museum comes, I try to catch it. So here it is. Oh, this is done through National Geographic. And you stream it through Disney. See, like, even on this, where are the rest of them? It starts with season 6. No, where's season 1 through 5? I need all of them. You know what I'm saying? They had oh, wait, hold on. Thank you, Sherry. Oh, I'm terrified to fly. Lori says I was an Egyptian princess in my life. I'm telling you, I could be glued. And I've watched these episodes over and over again. I am truly... Oh, look, I ain't seen this one. What's this one? Where's the rest of them? Where's seasons 1 through 5? But this is all you get for free. You get the first few episodes of season 6. Flying is not fun. Not in the least. See, they want you gotta subscribe to Hulu in order to get the National Geographic stuff I want to see. Look at this. The Nubian pharaohs. I ain't seen that either. Ooh, Cleopatra. Okay, so, yeah, well, I guess I could watch these. But this starts at episode 8. Where's season 6 from 1 to 7? It pisses me off. Where's the National Geographic store? Can I buy it? Because I'm not signing up with Hulu. Thank you, Annette. We're just talking about whatever. I'm not really getting into anything today. Do I have any people that have been furloughed because of the doesn't the National Geographic have a store furloughed because of the government shutdown? And then you got y'all's president running around talking trash, talking about, they're using you all as the dangle, as the carrot to try to get the Democrats to come back to the table. But the Democrats ain't coming back to the table if they aren't doing what needs to be done as far as those subsidies for Obamacare. And they shouldn't. Doesn't that National Geographic have a store? They should have a store. Because they have that magazine, right? Good morning, everybody coming in. Hey, Pastor Charlotte. Your daughters were in, I'm sorry to hear that. Keisha, you were affected as well. Quiet storm, bonjour. Now he is talking about, oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, because what he's doing is he doesn't want the MAGA nuts to, because this shutdown, it also affects the MAGA nuts. And so he's throwing that, that's another carrot that he's throwing out, because remember it was going to be the Doge checks, $5,000, that never came about. And then it was something else. They named it something else. Here it is. They got a store. I don't know if they will have like, oh, I can subscribe to National. Don't make me go through Hulu. They're going to make me go through Hulu. You know what? Let me go through Canopy first before I do this. Okay, they got a whole National Geographic section. Will they have my series? Of course, they don't have the series. Oh, is it? Yeah, it is a Disney company. It is a Disney company. You're right. Yep, there it is. Ugh. Yeah, I saw that. Pastor Charlotte, something about the Reaper, and he's talking about Russ Voigt. Yeah, all of a sudden now he knows about Project 2025. But during the campaign, yeah, he didn't know about, he never heard of it, never saw it, this and that. But I remember seeing in 2022 and 2023, he had spoken to the Heritage, he did a speech to the Heritage Foundation. I'm like, Ninja. But he fooled a whole lot of people. He fooled a whole lot of people. He wasn't fooling me. Wasn't fooling me. But now he's comfortable. Now him and Russ Voigt. Russ Voigt is one of the creators of Project 2025. Russ Voigt, Stephen Miller, JD Vance, and it's a whole bunch of other ones that's in his administration that were a part of the Heritage Foundation, Project 2025. He just moved them over from the Heritage Foundation into his administration. Uh-huh. And you got all of these ninjas down in my comment section talking about you're spreading lies. He said he knows nothing about it. And I don't understand. I don't understand how they consider him a pro at lying. If his lips are moving, he's fucking lying. He's lying. If the lips are moving, he's lying. I think people they don't know how, when he's telling the truth, they don't think he's telling the truth. They think he's lying. When he said he was gonna do the biggest mass deportation, they didn't believe it. And I guess if you are uneducated, if you aren't out there reading up on all of the other things that helps you to connect these dots to decipher when he's telling the truth versus when he's lying. Listen, if anything he says he's going to do that's going to benefit you, he's lying, because he could care less about you, people out there. He don't care about you. If it's anything that's feeding into his racism, to his pockets, yeah, he just might be telling the truth. Somebody says, can we talk about the hypocrisy? Baby, we ain't got that much time in the world. What hypocrisy specifically do you want to talk about? What hypocrisy you want to talk about? You want to talk about Byron Donalds' hypocrisy, bringing a bill to the floor to stop young men from being able to take advantage of programs that he took advantage of, that has allowed him to be where he is today. He wants to bring forth legislation to stop those programs. We could talk about that. The closet gays. The closet gays. What about the closet gays? That poor man who he thought it was fun. I know he had gotten his hands on, I believe he got information on Mike Johnson. I believe he has it. But he thought it was going to be fun to do his video and put that information out there and it was going to bring him a bunch of clicks and views. He thought yeah, that's what he thought. He thought it would dust up enough, ruffle some feathers enough to where that woman would get sworn in. Baby, he don't know the demons that he working with. Them demons went to digging and to finding out who he was. And now he's living, he done had to leave the state. He said he was an actor / comedian. All of his projects that he had lined up, they've all been shut down. They've all been canceled. He's dealing with death threats. He was shook. I believe it. All that he is saying, I believe it's happening to him. He didn't think it through. See, when you can't come on. If you got that kind of information, you cannot come on and give them a time frame. I got this. You gonna do this by this such and such a date. You can't do that. You can't do it. You either gonna put the information out there and then go into hiding, or you gonna keep your mouth closed. These demons you dealing with, you gonna put it out there, or you gonna go into hiding. That's it. That's it. That's all. That's all you can do. So he didn't think that through. He really didn't. Just release it. For those of you that have information on these Republican politicians, just release it. Now he's saying that he has sent it over to a journalist, and the journalist is going to vet the information, and I guess the journalist is going to expose it because, journalists are protected. Journalists are able to put this information out there, and they are protected under some journalism law clause or whatever. He's not protected underneath that. He is not. You can't get these people a heads up. You either gonna release it or you gonna shut up. There is no, this is what I got. This is what I want you to do by this such and such a date. And if you don't do it by this such and such a date, then I'm going to expose you. Nope. And so now he's, I don't know. The last update I saw was yesterday. Wednesday, it was yesterday. It was the day before yesterday, Pastor Charlotte, when he said he was going to put it out. The Wednesday pass was his deadline. They got to his ass before that. You can't get them. You can't give them demons no deadline. You either going to put it out and go. And before you put it out, you got to have where you going. You got to have where you going to be in. And you got to have all of that lined up. Good morning, everybody. I believe Mike Johnson is batting for the other team. I don't have a problem with it. If you batting for the other team, swing hard. That's my motto. You batting for the other team, swing hard. But that's what the Republican Party is. They on the down low. A lot of them are on the down low. They are using the LGBTQIA plus community to garner support for their party because they don't have any policies. Those people don't talk about specific policies that they want to bring forth that is going to help the American people. They don't talk about that. What did Donald Trump tell y'all? I have concept. The Ukraine and Russia, right? He gave those people out in Dearborn, Michigan, no specifics in how he was going to bring peace to the Middle East, how he was going to help the people over in Gaza. He gave them no specifics, none whatsoever. He told them what they wanted to hear, and he confirmed their biases. And so they all went into the voting booth and they voted for Donald Trump, or they voted for Jill Stein, or they didn't vote at all. And they got so snotty and arrogant, thinking that they had the support of Donald Trump, that they were telling, if you support Kamala Harris, don't expect to be welcomed by my community. Remember all of that? The arrogance, the anti-blackness. And where are they now? I just saw a headline the other day. And when I say the other day, I mean 1 or 2 days ago, where Benjamin Netanyahu is further pushing them out as he's incinerating whatever buildings are left standing, as he's continuing to starve the people over there. They were so arrogant. Don't be expected to be welcomed by my community, bitch. Don't be expected to be welcomed by mine. Where y'all going now? Well, y'all been real silent. Y'all ain't talking a whole bunch of shit these days. Y'all been real silent. Okay. I wish y'all the best of luck. Because since Donald Trump has been in office, he's been sending billions to continue the devastation over in Gaza. And I feel bad for the people over in Gaza, because they wanted y'all to vote for Kamala, because they knew the devil that Donald Trump was. The last I heard from Rashida Tlaib, she was announcing her campaign, her re-election campaign. That's the last I saw. And she was real nervous all throughout. I saw a video where the Jews, the Zionist Jews, were raiding supplies that was being sent over to the people of Gaza. They were raiding, they had their shopping bags and everything, raiding those supplies that were meant for the people over in Gaza. They were raiding those supplies. They going shopping and they going back to the house. That stuff is not getting to the people over in Gaza. Yeah, we ain't heard from the uncommitted movement. The Never Kamala leftists, the delusional ones, are still talking shit about Kamala Harris. Meanwhile, Kamala Harris's book is #1 on the New York Times bestseller list. She's on her book tour. They are paying putting money in Kamala Harris's pocket so that they can be in the room to heckle her, to only then be put out. And she's going to cash all of their checks. Oh, we're going to show her. We're going to show up to her book tour. We're going to show up to this stop. We're going to pay. I showed y'all in the video. The cheapest ticket for her stop here in Atlanta, the cheapest ticket was $222. So you're going to pay at a minimum $200 for a ticket. So you can sit in the audience to yell at Kamala Harris, only then to be escorted out. You don't even get to stay. But you've already paid that $222. Bitch, y'all some fools. Y'all stupid. Y'all stupid. There is nothing Kamala Harris can do. Nothing. Meanwhile, Donald Trump sending all of these boom booms over to Benjamin Netanyahu so he can finish doing the job. Finish the job. Right? Because that's what he told them out on the campaign trail. He needs to finish the job. Right? Lindsey Graham said they need to finish the job. Yep. Hey, everybody. Listen, somebody says I must be old. I remember book tours at bookstores. Those people were not the former Madam Vice President of the United States. Put some respect on her name. She is the former Vice President. You expect the former Vice President to set up a table at the Barnes & Noble? She is a former presidential candidate. You expect her to have a table set up at the local Barnes & Noble? Put some respect on her name. Put some respect on her name. She will not be having a table set up at the local Barnes & Noble. She's not. She will be set. The reason why she's selling tickets is to try to prevent the people who are showing up to heckle her. That's why she's selling the tickets. So the question should be, the comments should be, who's buying these tickets for these hecklers? That's what the question should be. Who's paying you? Who bought your ticket? Instead of trying to make her look some kind of way, who's buying their tickets? Probably Jill Stein. Or probably Benjamin Netanyahu. You can't tell me Benjamin Netanyahu wasn't a part of the propaganda. He didn't want Kamala Harris. He did not. If you're listening to her book, she wasn't going to be. He did not want Kamala Harris in the White House because Kamala Harris, he knew Kamala Harris was not going to do what Donald Trump is doing. Donald Trump, I believe all of them got some kind of compromise on Donald Trump. Donald Trump, he running over Donald Trump. The way he is running over Donald Trump is when Kamala Harris said, they gonna run over you. Remember when she said that in the debate? They want you to win because they know they're going to be able to run over you. Remember when she said that? Remember when she, listen, don't pay attention to those people who are talking about they can't hear. They can't hear. Listen, go, if they can't hear, they'll come out and go back in if it's legit. That's what you do. No, I've learned that there are trolls who purposely get down in the comment section to say, your sound is going in and out. There's nothing wrong with my sound. They are doing that to change the conversation that's happening down in the comment section. That's what they're doing. They are trolls. They purposely, and it's not just live. They be down in the comment section of my regular everyday videos doing that same shit. It got to a point where I go to Google. When I see people out of the blue complaining about shit, I go into the Google. Are there trolls? Are there troll farms set up for X, Y, and Z? And if there is one, Google will come back and say, yes, they're down in the comments. They're down in the comments to try to sway conversations that are happening down in the comments. So if they can't hear me, period. If everybody else is hearing me just fine, if everybody else is interacting with me just fine, and they're coming in talking about they can't hear, that's their issue. That's their issue. Let them figure it out. Okay? See, too many people are like, I hear her just fine. I hear her just fine. So I advise anybody, if you have questions on where Kamala Harris really stood with the whole Israel and her thoughts behind the scenes on the Gaza thing, get the book. I'm learning things that was taking place behind the scenes that I didn't know. Like that meeting that she had with Benjamin Netanyahu and how she made some things clear to Benjamin Netanyahu. She acknowledges that Israel had a right to defend itself. I acknowledge that Israel had a right to defend itself. 100%. 100%. But she was holding his feet to the fire in what he was doing over in Gaza. And what the plan was if she won that presidency, what was going to happen and what she was going to be demanding. He did not want her to win that election. And all of those Never Kamala people, those third party, they fell right into Benjamin Netanyahu's plan. And that's why he saw how successful that was. That's why now he's out here talking all bold and loudly about getting content. He wants to be a part of the purchase for TikTok. He understands how valuable TikTok is. So he's got Zionists, billionaire Zionists, I forget the man's name, who are also a part of this. The person over Oracle also are trying to get their hands on TikTok. Yeah, he's brought in social media content creators, paying them $7,000 a post to push Israeli propaganda. That's all out there on social media now. Pictures of them taking pictures with Benjamin Netanyahu. Y'all saw Larry Ellison, thank you. Y'all saw the girl Savannah. I did a video about Savannah. Oh yeah, she's under the Benjamin Netanyahu umbrella. So when she does her videos, y'all see Savannah out there doing her videos. She's being paid by Benjamin Netanyahu. She's being paid by Benjamin. So yeah, he's gone by way of Russia. You know, Russia came out that Russia was paying people over on the right hundreds of thousands of dollars to put out lies and propaganda. Yeah, Benjamin Netanyahu getting ready to do the same thing. He's got his social media content creators under his wing now, and they're going to use their platforms to spread Israeli propaganda. And they want TikTok to be their spot. Y'all remember when, what's his name? The guy over the Anti-Defamation League, Goldblatt, Jonathan somebody. Y'all know I can't. I'm not good with names. There are only certain names that stick with me. Jonathan somebody over the Anti-Defamation League. Yeah, remember when October 7th first happened and we started to get the real story of what was happening over in Gaza? Jonathan Greenblatt, thank you. I was close. And people started pushing back on Israel. And remember, he would have a regular segment over there on MSNBC, right? He would have a regular segment over there on MSNBC with Joe Scarborough. Every morning or every other morning, he had a spot to come over, and I'll never forget it. He said, something has got to be done about TikTok. We have to do something about TikTok, because that's where people were getting the real tea. That's where people were getting the real tea, over there on TikTok. And here we are. They are in the running to purchase TikTok. The sale hasn't happened yet. I don't believe the sale has happened yet. I don't hear China saying anything about the sale of TikTok. So I don't think the sale has happened yet. The last I heard was that they thought TikTok was valued at $40 billion. Come to find out, it was only valued at $14 billion. So I don't believe, for as much as people are talking about these people are now the owners of TikTok, I don't think the sale happened yet. China ain't said nothing. Now, are they making moves? Yes, because TikTok has put this former IDF soldier in charge of moderation. In charge of moderation. So that's the last I heard. Are there conversations happening? Yes. But there's a huge problem when the buyers thought that TikTok was valued at $40 billion, only to learn it's valued at only $14 billion. Now, Donald Trump says he has a meeting with the people over in China. I'm sure TikTok will be a part of that discussion, as he's telling the farmers that he's going to discuss soybeans. I don't think he's going to discuss soybeans. I think the discussion is about TikTok. Because Benjamin Netanyahu wants TikTok. And Donald Trump is the person that can help him get TikTok. Speaking of which, I thought TikTok was banned. Donald Trump keeps extending it, though. China holds all the cards, absolutely. In more ways than one, China holds all the cards. China is playing Donald Trump like a motherfucking fiddle. China got Donald Trump to come off of $20 billion for Argentina. And then once that was finalized, China said, okay, well, now we'll pay. We're not going to buy the soybeans from the United States like we've been doing for years. No, we're going to go ahead and we're going to buy the soybeans from Argentina. So Argentina got the United States sale of soybeans. On top of that, Donald Trump gave Argentina $20 billion for their economy. Argentina is screwing the United States, and China is screwing the United States. Russia is screwing the United States. And Donald Trump talking about we're respected again. Did y'all see that video? The other leaders over in the Middle East mocking Donald Trump, because Donald Trump running around here talking about, I solved 7 wars. Bitch, you ain't solved nothing. He did this. He did that. He made the sky blue. And those leaders, I don't know who they were, but it was some gathering of the leaders were laughing. I mean, I'm talking about mocking Donald Trump. You basically said, Donald Trump said he did this. And they just laughing. But Donald Trump talking about we're respected again. Bitch, please. Bitch, please. And he should get the Nobel, is it the Nobel Peace Prize that he's so got a hard on to get? Is it the Nobel Peace Prize, y'all? Somebody said they saw the video. Baby, I'm going to find that video. I'm going to find the video. And I'm going to do a little clip. They was basically pointing and laughing at him. Where is he anyway? They say he's been missing for 2 days. Where is he? Where is he? Since the government officially shut down, he's been missing. Riggs man said he saw it. Yeah, that $20 billion was our tax dollars. Our tax dollars went to Argentina, and the farmers lost their billions of dollars because China got their soybeans from Argentina. Hey, Scott Knight. I'm glad you appreciate my content. Probably haven't. I've been looking. You know what I haven't noticed? Every weekend, Donald Trump, remember that video I did talking about that little machine that's supposed to be connected to his heart? One of the nurses said it was, I forget the name of the machine. But she thought that that's what he had done when he disappeared the last time. So I did a video educating people on what this machine was, right? And so I've been waiting. We would for sure know if that machine was attached to him. It's a certain type of heart monitor, correct? We would for sure know if he had that machine attached to him if he goes out golfing, right? Because what you gonna wear a jacket while you're golfing to cover this machine because it's on him. It's on him 24/7, right? And so I've been waiting to see every weekend he goes out, there's pictures of him golfing, there's video coming back of him golfing, and I haven't really seen any new pictures of him out golfing. Now they have the LVAD. Thank you, Lizbeth. Thank you. The LVAD machine. Now I've been specifically waiting to see new pictures of him out golfing, or I haven't seen any video of him out. Now they say that he has left the White House to go down to Mar-a-Lago to golf and all of this stuff, but I haven't seen any pictures. Have y'all seen pictures? Have y'all seen any new pictures of Donald Trump out there golfing? Any videos? Somebody said, Tabitha, you lit. I haven't seen, and I'm not saying that there aren't any. I'm saying I haven't seen any of him. A clear view of him out hitting that ball out with no jacket on. I haven't seen any. So that nurse may have had a point. Y'all haven't seen it either? No, I'm not watching Diddy's verdict. No, I'm not watching Diddy's verdict. He going to jail? He cheat at everything. He going to jail? Hey, Kenny. You haven't seen any either, Aisha? I haven't seen them. You're concerned about the all generals? I am too. I am very concerned about that. Now, in my video, I told y'all, I believe you know, all of that stuff that he was talking about, we're not doing this, we're not going to do that, we're not doing this anymore. It was all to push out Black people, women, and other marginalized communities. That's what I think they were doing specifically. They were putting these things in place, hoping to push out. And I'm hoping that they won't leave, because they want to push these people out so then they can go and get loyalists into those positions. So I'm hoping, I know 2 generals have already resigned. I'm hoping there won't be any more. I'm hoping the military personnel that are in place currently will stay. If they say you can't wear a beard, don't wear a beard. And I see all of my brothers over there on my For You page getting shaved, even though they, you know, Black people deal, Black men deal a lot with this condition. We call it razor bumps, but there's a professional medical term for it. And Black men mostly suffer from this condition. You get all of these razor bumps from the shaving of the beards, because once you shave the hairs, then the hair then grows into the skin and it causes these bumps, and it's painful for Black men. But Black men are following the new rules and they are working through the pain. It makes me happy to see this is what they're doing. I really don't want them to leave, because I believe they will be our defense. Now, are there some MAGA nuts in the military? Absolutely. Absolutely. But I think it's less MAGA nuts than those who will stand for the Constitution. So, I'm hoping the generals will stand 10 toes down and not all leave en masse, because that's what they want. They want to push these people out. First of all, they want an all-white, blonde-haired, blue-eyed army. That's what they want. But number 2, they want those positions filled with people who will be loyal to Pete Hegseth and Donald Trump and not the Constitution. I'm hoping they won't all leave. I saw somebody says impeach him and remove him. That will not happen. That will not happen. The Republicans have the majority in the House, in the Senate, and the Supreme Court. That will not happen. That won't happen. Now, if we make it to vote in 2026, we have a chance. All of those seats are up. All of them are up in the House. Make sure you get your asses out and vote. And I also believe this is why he wants to send the military into blue states. He wants to intimidate voters. He wants these people in position by the time midterms come around. That's what he wants. We have the opportunity to boot them all out. I don't know if Lindsey Graham is not up for re-election in 2026. Lindsey Graham, let me look. Senators have a different time frame. I think it's 6 years for senators. And Lindsey Graham was just re-elected. Okay, so he expires in 2027. So, yeah. There's another, we have an election every 2 years. So 2026, he'll be up for 2028. Oh no, he's up in 2026. So yeah, he is up for re-election. He's up for re-election. I don't think Lindsey Graham checked out. Lindsey Graham still be out there on the news stations rooting for Donald Trump. No, Nancy Pelosi was actually, I saw a quote from her. She was like, I don't know why Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer are going to meet with Donald Trump. She wouldn't have met with him. And Mitch McConnell is retiring. This is why I keep saying Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer need to resign from their leadership roles. My nephew is doing well. Bernard Taylor, he's doing well. A bunch of you, when I wore the t-shirt, thank y'all for going over to donate to his campaign. Yeah, Nancy Pelosi needs to retire. Chuck Schumer needs to retire. I don't necessarily want Hakeem Jeffries to lose his seat. I just want him out of that leadership position. He is not meeting this moment as a leader. I want him to resign his leadership position. That's what I want for him to do. He is not the leader that we need. Donald Trump running around here, putting together sombrero videos, putting mustaches on him, these racist videos. And then if you follow me on Threads, I shared a video of Hakeem Jeffries. He was talking to, I think it was Jake Tapper, and Jake Tapper was asking him for clarification as far as dementia. And Hakeem Jeffries basically said, no, I'm not really saying that. Why not, Hakeem Jeffries? Why aren't you calling him a demented lunatic, Hakeem Jeffries? Why? Why are you not calling him a demented lunatic? Him and Chuck Schumer are still operating under the premise of bipartisanship. They don't want to work with you, Hakeem Jeffries. I don't care what they are saying to you behind closed doors. They got you looking like a motherfucking fool out here in public, Hakeem Jeffries. But you can't go too far. You can't go too far. And we know why. You're beholden to corporations and you're beholden to AIPAC. And your loyalty to them outweighs your loyalty to us. We don't need you stepping up for the American people every now and then. We need you always to be free to step up to fight for the American people, Hakeem Jeffries. And you are not free to do that because of the checks that you have accepted from AIPAC and from corporate donors. There's a reason why you voted for that dumbass Charlie Kirk. What was it? That Charlie Kirk shit? What? Why, Hakeem Jeffries? You voted for a racist? What was that legislation for, y'all? You voted for that shit. Hakeem Jeffries, you voted for that shit. For a racist, for a man that repeatedly denigrated and disrespected black women. Black women. You weren't free to not vote for that, Hakeem Jeffries. Charlie Kirk Day, thank you. You were not free to vote for. You couldn't even vote against legislation for Charlie Kirk Day. You legitimized a racist. You legitimized a racist, Hakeem Jeffries. And I'm sorry, and none of what I'm saying is meant to devalue you and your knowledge and your experience. None of this is meant for that. But your temperament, your inability to stand up to the bully 24/7, that's what I'm attacking. Because you're not able to do that, you are not able to meet this moment. You are not. You got to walk on eggshells. You can't get down and dirty in the mud. You got to walk on eggshells because of you signing in blood on the dotted line. You and Chuck Schumer. And it's not like we got one who can and one who can't. No, both of them can't. Both of them cannot. Nancy Pelosi was like, I wouldn't go to meet. For what? He already done told all of the Republicans, do not meet with Democrats. Fuck them. That's what he told the people in the House, the Republicans in the House. Fuck them Democrats. That's what he said. And you are still talking about let's meet. Let's come to some conclusions. You're still operating under bipartisanship. Let's work together for the American people. I saw that picture of that Donald Trump put out of him pointing and laughing, at Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer with a Trump 2028 hat sitting on the desk. And somebody's like, Tabitha, you don't know if I don't give a fuck if it's real or not. Had they not been in the fucking room, it wouldn't have been a possibility for Donald Trump to put that shit out there. They gave him the ammunition and he took the fucking shot. That's the problem. That's the problem. They gave him the ammunition and he took the fucking shot. I wouldn't have been there. If the press could not be in the room, I would not have been there. They gave him the opportunity to put that shit out there. I don't care if it could be fake or not. I don't care. I don't care. They gave him the opportunity. Them going there to meet with him was the opportunity. We don't know if it's real or not because Donald Trump refused to let the press in the room. If the press couldn't be in the room, I wouldn't have been there. And what did they do? The press couldn't be in the room. So we don't know what went down in the room. We know what Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer said, and we know what J.D. Vance came out and said. We don't know what was said. They playing a totally different game. That should have been one of the stipulations from Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries. The press must be in the room. They ain't fighting the same way the Republicans are fighting. If the press is not in the room, we ain't coming. They put all of the balls in Donald Trump's court. The press, I'm not allowing the press to be in the room. Okay, so yes, sir. What? What? They're not playing the same game. And I just need, All right, midnight. Have a good day. Strongly worded letters. Y'all remember that? I was like, hold the phone, everybody. Chuck Schumer is coming to the rescue. He's going to write a strongly worded letter to the regime. Yeah. Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer's are fighting with plastic swords. Meanwhile, Donald Trump and the Republicans got the real thing. And I need the Democrats who got real swords to be able to step up to the plate. I need Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries to resign their leadership positions. Get to the back. Get a supporting role. Get the supporting role. On that note, y'all, thank y'all for hanging out with me. I'm hungry. I'm going to go find something to eat. Gonna go find something to eat. I'll do a video showing y'all that photo. I don't know if it's real or not. I don't care if it's real or not. Yeah. Representative Dean confronted Mike Johnson in the hall the other day, and it was all caught on a mic. He basically admitted he knew Donald Trump is crazy as a road lizard. Anywho, y'all have a fantastic Friday. I'll do a video showing y'all that picture. And what was the other thing I said I was going to bring y'all? What was the other thing? I should have wrote it down. Did I write it down? I didn't. It's going to BW Westmore in 2028. Listen. Westmore for what? President? Y'all believe Westmore got a chance at becoming president? Charles Cobb says yes. Okay. I don't. Thank you, Flutter. Thank you. Not with these whites. Nope. And I need for us to be realistic. I see all the time y'all talking about Jasmine Crockett for president. No. I would love for her to be president. Will it happen? No. Therefore, we don't need to be wasting time on these types of dreams. We don't need to be wasting time on these types of dreams. We not ready. Barack Obama was the first and the last that we gonna see for years to come. I don't think I will see another black president in my lifetime. And we just need to face the facts. We got to stop playing these games. We can't play these games. Not right now. Nope. Kamala Harris was realistic. She knew getting people to vote for her was going to be a long shot. She knew, but she knew she was the best candidate. We all knew she was the best candidate. So we all galvanized around her. But she knew she couldn't be the one on the ticket and bring on Pete Hegseth. No. And as you can see, Kamala Harris is not our president. Racism and anti-blackness is just it is loud, front and center these days. We got to stop playing these games. Will Westmore make a fabulous president? Absolutely. 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 More than qualified. More than qualified. These racist ass motherfuckers in this country, no. We ain't got time to be playing those kind of games. Jasmine Crockett, every chance they get, they are over there on Twitter talking about she's ghetto. What did Laura Loomer just say the other day? I refuse to talk about it. I refuse to give her the time of day. That's what she wanted. I refused. What did Laura Loomer and all of them down in her comments laughing, kiki and having a good time? All these other posts popped out in support of Laura. We ain't got time to be playing these games. It needs to be a white man. Period. White man. White man. Can't be Pete Buttigieg. Cannot be Pete Buttigieg. Cannot be. This is the reality of the situation. Y'all know I operate in reality. It's going to be Governor Gavin Newsom. If we are looking for a fighting chance, it's going to be Governor Gavin Newsom. That's it. That's it. And he knows it. That's why he out there acting a fool on Donald Trump every single day. I love it. The ladies that are behind Gavin Newsom, listen, I know Gavin Newsom got some shit with him. He's a white man, a privileged white man. I know he got some issues. I know it. I know it. But I'm living in reality. I'm looking at the reality of this. I don't even think Josh Shapiro. He's Jewish. Isn't he Jewish? Come on now. We can't play in these games. We can't play. We cannot play. Isn't Josh Shapiro Jewish? Yeah, that's going to be a no for Josh Shapiro. If Josh Shapiro is Jewish, I believe he is Jewish. If Josh Shapiro, because I remember in reading Kamala Harris's book, that was also an issue that she had to bring up with him because of what was going on in Gaza. That's going to be a no. Josh Shapiro is going to be a no because of what's going on over in Gaza. And remember, MAGA nuts don't like Jewish people either. Josh Shapiro is going to be a no. We have to be in reality. No black men, no black women, no Latino men, no Latino women. It's going to be Gavin Newsom. Pritzker, yeah, he might have a shot. I like Mr. Pritzker too. He might have a shot. It's going to be, but I think Gavin Newsom is more bam in your face than Governor Pritzker. And that's just the reality of the situation. I'm not sugarcoating anything. I'm not devaluing these people. I love Jasmine Crockett. Westmore be on Donald Trump's ass too. Westmore be over there on and remember, I did a whole video on Westmore. Westmore is not a Byron Donalds. Westmore is not a Tim Scott. I like Westmore. I like him. But Westmore is a black man. And that's just the reality of the situation. It's going to be a no because of that. And our main focus, we got to get out of this. We got to get rid of these Christian nationalists, these fucking lunatics. It's going to be Gavin Newsom. And that's the bottom line of the situation. A lot of people are like, politics are not going to get us out of this, but politics gonna help us to get out of this. Tim Walz and Gavin Newsom, I don't know. I don't know who the running mate would be. I like Tim Walz. But for us to have a fighting chance, it's going to have to, because there's no other way to put it, okay? Okay. There was another video I told y'all I was going to put out. I guess I'm going to have to skim through this live. Oh, was it the Mike Johnson on a hot mic so y'all can hear that? And what was the other one? Mike Johnson on a hot mic. And what was the other one, y'all? Oh, the picture. Trump pointing and laughing at Schumer and Hakeem. All right. I'm tired and I'm hungry. I love y'all. Thank y'all for allowing me to be me. Thank y'all for not trying to change me. Thank y'all for not getting in my ass too much down in the comments when I'm going in on people. Thank y'all for always supporting me. Members, mwah, 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 mwah. I love y'all. Y'all support means so much because y'all put money behind y'all support every month. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for all of the happy birthday gifts that I'm still getting. Thank y'all for the notes of love. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for all of the love that y'all show me down in the comment sections of my videos. Y'all are always sharing my videos. I be scrolling over there and somebody done share. I come across my face and I be like, whoa. Thank y'all. When y'all see me out there in them streets, y'all tap me on the shoulder. Are you Tabitha? Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. All right. Y'all be safe. And remember, I said in that video yesterday that the rumors are there's going to be a huge price jump in the cost for food. So start padding your pantries with pantry food items like rice, pasta, get you some Spam, get you some tuna, some sardines. You could get canned salmon, that type of stuff. Get you some of those things because it's better to have than not have. Okay? Okay? All right. I love y'all. Where is the end button? Here it is. I'll see y'all.